Hello, I'm Patty Etherton, and I have something to tell you that is going to sound really strange to some of you. To others, you'll understand. But a few days ago, I actually was in prayer and I got called by God to do something very unusual, and that is to start a YouTube channel. So there are two objectives that I'm supposed to tell you. One is that God wants to help all those who are hurting, who believe in the truth and liberty and believe in fairness. And I'm to build you up, help you stand firm, and keep the faith. The other objective, the second objective, is for all those who are blind to truth to help the scales fall from their eyes so that they can see. So we start with a story, because who knew Papa was such a good author? All right. If you hear me say Papa, that's my name for God. When I pray, I talk to Papa. So here we go. The Man in the Red Hat, written by Patty Etherton, as instructed by God. Once upon a time, there was a man in a red hat. His day started out like any other. It was a sunny day with a gentle breeze that made his step lighter and his smile brighter. He walked with confidence because today was the last day of the tournament and his team was slated to win. He decided to grab a quick bite before joining them, so he was sure to be on top of his game. He entered the restaurant and found the only available seat was a table occupied by a man with a briefcase. "Excuse me, sir," he said politely. "Is this seat taken? It appears it's the only one left." The man with the briefcase said, No, please have a seat." The two chatted comfortably, seeming to enjoy each other's company. However, just as they were ready to settle up the bill, something strange happened. The man with the briefcase pointed an accusing finger at the man in the red hat and said, You robbed the bank." "What? Is this a joke?" thought the man in the red hat. Suddenly, the accuser reached into his briefcase and dropped a stack of freshly wrapped $100 bills on the table. He then stood up and in a booming voice pointed at the man in the red hat and declared, "This man has just robbed the bank. Look!" Everyone in the restaurant gasped as if they jumped into action and stillness at the same time. They looked at the man in the red hat, then at the money sitting on the table in front of him, and then accusingly back again. Every cell in his body was screaming, "No!" as he watched the man tuck the briefcase under his arm and gallantly approach the news cameras. "Wait, when did they get here?" thought the man in the red hat. The man with the briefcase spoke into the cameras with calm determination. "As you can clearly see, I caught the robber red-handed," pointing to the shocked man at the table. "Everyone knows that men in red hats are all thieves. And don't let him tell you otherwise. Everyone knows they're liars, too." The restaurant burst into chaos as people eagerly began to report what they saw. "I saw him with that wad of cash fresh from the bank," said one woman to the camera. "Looked suspicious from the beginning in that red hat," said another. In disbelief, the man with the red hat pulled the brim down to hide his face and swiftly slipped past the cameras and onto the street. He could not believe this strange turn of events. He wanted to scream out his innocence to anyone that would hear. But by this time, the word had already gotten ahead of him. There were people pointing and mocking, giddy to spread the news. Another man on the street, he quickly removed a red hat from his own head, hoping no one would notice and call him a lying thief. Finally, the man in the red hat made his way to the bowling alley and hopefully to some normalcy. He was desperate to be around friends and needed all the support he could get. But as he approached the team, he noticed they seemed strange, almost angry. The captain of the team raised a hand to stop him. "Wait 1 minute, friend." This last word was dripping in disgust. "Where do you think you're going?" "Yeah," the rest of the team chimed in. We heard on the news that a man in a red hat robbed the bank, and you wear one of those all the time. Are you planning on robbing us tonight?" "What? I would never take anything from anybody. You're my friends. You know me," pleaded the man in the red hat. "We thought we did, but now we know otherwise," said the captain. "We have all voted to remove you from this team, and we requested that you permanently be removed from the league. Immediately." Hearing this, the man in the red hat turned from his friends, slowly walked to the door as they shouted to his back, "You should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, don't show up at my house, you thief." Trudging home with his head hung low and shoulders drooped heavily with burden, the man in the red hat struggled to make sense of this day. As he passed people on the street, whispered and pointed, pulling their children closer as if to keep them away from harm. And he began to doubt himself. Maybe he was a thief. Maybe these things they say are true. After all, he had gone to the bank earlier that day. Maybe, just maybe, the teller had given him too much money. He quickly reached into his wallet and he counted and recounted the bills within until the truth was revealed. Then the man in the red hat closed the wallet and put it securely back in his pocket. As he resumed his former journey, the very hint of a smile began to creep across his face. He took a deep breath and stood up tall with shoulders back and head held high. A gentle breeze made his step a little lighter and his smile grow a little brighter as he walked home alone. The end. The end? You decide. Well, that's the story, but there's more that God wants you to have out of this. First of all, who are you in that story? Are you the man with the red hat? Are you the people in the restaurant or on the street? Are you the man that removed his red hat? Are you one of the friends on the team? Are you the man with the briefcase? Maybe you don't see yourself at all in this story. I think the objective here is to help us think empathetically. I think we've forgotten how to do that. We're so divided that we're being asked to take and question what we're being told and think more empathetically. So let's consider how each character might be feeling and what they see as truth, and how truth justifies their actions. So let's think empathetically now about the people in the restaurant. You see, their truth started with having a lovely day at a restaurant, and then suddenly they see a man stand up, pointing his finger at a man in a red hat who's sitting in front of a wad of money, and the man claims that he's robbed a bank. They were there. They saw that. That's truth to them. So they go and spread that news as far and as wide as they can. They're probably feeling a little alarmed at first and then angry, and now they feel in the know. They got the news. But what about this news team that happened to be there at the restaurant? So when you look at that, we really don't know. We don't know what their motivation is. We don't know who tipped them off. They just happened to be there. So we have to look at that a little deeper. Then we have the man who removed his hat. He was like probably thinking, what in the heck? They're talking about people that have red hats. I better hide my red hat. You see, he was a victim of groupthink, and so now he's feeling silenced and shamed. Then you have the people on the bowling team, and they, even though they knew this person, they have started to believe what the news has told them, that everybody with a red hat obviously is a lying thief. And so they react accordingly and decide, you know what, if we don't distance ourselves from this person, we will be accused of being a lying thief too. Wouldn't that be terrible? So I can totally see where their truth justifies their actions. But then you also look at the man in the briefcase. He's probably feeling pretty smug, maybe gleeful. Maybe he feels he deserves to get away with this crime. Maybe there's a reason that he's telling lies and making everybody know this. Maybe he has a reason, but we don't know that. And then we have the man in the red hat. His truth is that somebody accused him of something he never did. And he can't tell anyone. No one will listen to him. It's as if he's been totally silenced and he feels alone. And I got a question to ask you. What do you think made him smile at the end? So if there are so many people who think they know the truth in this story, does truth really exist? I bet you if you show this story to your children, if you tell this story to your children, which Papa is asking, everyone share this story. Everyone needs to know this story. And please, you'll be surprised. If you ask them what the truth is, they'll see it. They'll know what the truth is. And that's God's honest truth. Because that's objective truth. And we're missing that now. We have missed out on what used to be called objective truth. It used to be called truth, period, which means that everybody knows it is the truth. And that now has been lost into these little segmented pieces of story. Papa's telling me that this story needs to be shared with everyone, shared, preached in every pulpit, taught in every school. There are people who carry briefcases that have destroyed critical thinking and stopped teaching objective truth. And this is not okay with God. This is not where we should be in our society, whether you believe in God or not. Does it make you wonder who this man in the briefcase is? Well, someone who is truly gifted at using your fear and favors to do his bidding. Ladies and gentlemen, you are being played. We're all being played. So I will leave that for future episodes, but maybe we start digging. I hope I've left you with some thoughts to ponder. Please subscribe to my channel because Papa informed me there is more to come and you won't want to miss a thing. He's asked that I teach you to pray. So I will tell you the story of my calling. I will teach you to pray as I've been taught to be prayed, and I'll be sharing intuitive insights and visions. So if you want to hang because of the spiritual side of things, great. But that's not all that we'll be touching upon. Yes, things will get a little political. They're going to, and they're going to for some time now. So don't look to me for facts, though. I am not going to be needing to be fact-checked because anybody who did would poke holes right through anything I'm going to say. It's not my job. My job is to make you think. I have been called to make you wonder. So you know that little icon, that little like emoji? Yeah, the little emoji. You know, he's like, Whenever you tune in, I want you to, Because it's those little moments where your brain goes, that just doesn't, I'm going to check into that. Check into it. Maybe there's a reason you're getting that little in your head. And maybe that means there's more out there for you to know in the story that you didn't know before. Maybe you're one of those people in the restaurant who truly thought you knew what was going on, and then you realize, I don't think I have it, the whole story. So let's look for the story and find the truth. Okay, so that's all. That's all. I'll see you very soon. Please, please, please share this video with everybody you know. Share this video via email, share the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Talk to you soon, guys. Thank you so much. God bless.